Yeah, we're in the midst of trying to get our kids back focused and ready to go against App State. It's a big road game for us, and they've got a very balanced offense, and our kids defensively have got a lot of work to do this week to be prepared to go out and put on a better performance than we did last week. And so, we're working hard, and our kids are fighting through.
Hey, Coach, our first questions come from Boone, North Carolina. Caller, please go ahead.
Oh, yeah, Coach, this is Steve Barrett calling from the Watauga Democrat up in Boone.
Sure.
Just kind of give me a scouting report of App State. What do you see? What do you anticipate going into Saturday?
Well, I see a very balanced offense. I see an offense that is explosive. It's got some good skill and very good up front on the offensive line. Really good young quarterback. They had a really good game running the ball against Troy, and they're balanced. They're being able to throw it. I think it's 270 each, 270 running, 270 throwing. So, we've got to cut out for us to stop them. And then defensively, I see a very aggressive team. They've got some good-looking guys. They got a really good-looking safety and corner and defensive end that can get after you. And we're going to have to really play our best ball and have a chance to go get a victory.
Just judging from what Scott has said, he said you guys have had some real close calls where they had chances to win games and couldn't quite pull it out. Does it become frustrating, or you just kind of try to learn from it, or how does the team react to that?
Oh, they reacted fine. I mean, we had one game where, Louisiana Lafayette, we had a chance to win the game at the end and didn't get it done, and we kind of sleepwalked the next game, and Arkansas State slapped us around pretty good. But, since that, we've been able to get our kids back focused and raring to go, and, they performed relatively well against some really good football teams. We had a poor game defensively against Georgia Southern, but they got a great offense, and we were able to put up 31 on with our offense, and felt like there were more points out there. So, we responded well, we rebounded well. We just have to find a way to keep working and keep pushing through and see what happens.
Did it surprise you a little bit Georgia Southern's having the success it's having this year?
No, not at all. They had a lot of good players.
From the FCS, that's why I wondered that.
Well, when you take the upper teams in the FCS, the App States, the Georgia Southerns, the North Dakota States, the Eastern Washingtons, they can play with anybody. Don't let anybody fool you about that level. I mean, people get caught up in FBS, FCS, but I don't think North Dakota State's lost to an FBS team in 5-6 years. They don't. You can't take for granted because they're making that jump. You're talking about a program like Georgia Southern that's won 6 national championships and got a great backing and they've got really good players. They went in and beat Florida. I don't care what people think about Florida right now, but they went and beat Florida with 63 scholarships compared to 85. Those are upper teams in the FCS, and I consider when Georgia Southern and App State were in the FCS, they are both upper level teams. No matter what their records were last year, they're still teams that traditionally have been really good. So there's not much difference other than the fact of the scholarships.
And lastly, it is November, and it does get kind of chilly up here in Boone in November. Have you guys played in weather before like this?
I lived in Green Bay. I coached at the Packers, man.
Well, but your players didn't play with the Packers, though.
Yeah. Well, if they did, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
They'd be in the league, No, it's not. We have practices at sometimes in the morning, and it's in the 30s, so the weather won't be a factor.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next questions come from Winston-Salem. Caller, please go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, this is Tommy Woman with the Winston-Salem Journal. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm just fine, thanks. If you would talk about your quarterback, and unless I'm mistaken, I understand he hasn't always been a quarterback. Just talk about how he's evolved and what he brings to the table.
Well, Nick Arbuckle's had an excellent year. He's a very intelligent young man that takes a lot of pride in what he's doing. He's a team leader, and he's come in since he got here and took over a leadership role, and he knows how to manage a game. He's like having a coach on the field. You know, he works so hard at it and gets the players around him to play better. So, you know, he's had an excellent time since he's been here, and he is a true competitor. So, looking for great things from him for the rest of this year and next year.
Yeah. Did he move from another position at some point? Is that right, or am I incorrect?
Well, he was in high school. He went to St. Bonaventure in Southern California, which is in Southern California. It's one of the best, you know, high school football programs that there is. And the guy in front of him was a big-time recruited quarterback. So to get on the field, he played some tight end in high school. But when he went to junior college, he went back to quarterback and done quite well.
Yeah. Someone I think is, you know, maybe described him as a gamer, as a real heart kid. How much of that factors in what he does other than the skill?
What do you mean by gamer?
Well, just a heart, you know, plays with a lot of heart, a lot of emotion.
Oh, yeah. He's a gym rat. You know, he's the kid that's, you know, there before everybody opens up to get in and study film and go out. Today after practice, he's outside throwing extra balls and, you know, working on different routes with guys. You know, he's a guy that works extremely difficult. He is, you know, he's got talent, but he's not, like, you don't look at him and say, my gosh, that guy's the most talented quarterback I've ever seen. He's not the 6'6", 235-pound guy with a cannon. I mean, he's a 6-foot guy that overachieves because he works so hard and he's such a competitor. You know, and he gets emotional and he's a leader. So he brings a lot. He's got that it factor, you know what I mean? He's got all the intangibles.
Yep. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.